It's April 6, 2012, and we're live from Studio 926 for another episode of C-CityTV. I'm your host, Stefan Roots, the C-City blogger. I haven't been around for a while with the C-CityTV, and in the meantime, the people who have watched it have actually loved it. I've got some great opportunities as a result of C-CityTV, so I decided to keep it going. So we got a lot of stuff to cover because we haven't been here for a while, and with any good newscast, what do you start with? Sports! And what's the big story in sports in Chester? Of course, it's Widener University giving the Chester School District $200,000 for a soccer program, right? Well, it's true that they're doing that, but we all know that's not the big story. The big story is right here. Chester High, Chester High, Chester High. This shirt goes back to like 2005. Because here in Chester, we win championships so much, it doesn't matter. Our shirts have Velcro on the back for the numbers that we change every year because we win every year. Well, we've won for the last 2 years and we'll probably win again next year. Outstanding season this year, guys. Congratulations. Undefeated. You've got the longest win streak since the caveman. Rondé and all you guys, player of the year, and it was just a fantastic year for Chester sports. Let's see, what else do we have here? Schools. Big news in the Chester schools this past month. What kind of school district is this was the title. It goes back to Leslie Jordan and Wanda Mann duking it out in the high school hallway, I guess. They must have hit each other so hard they both forgot who left the class first, who chased who. But in any case, it was a matter of self-defense. They're both still on their job, so I guess it was no big deal. Oh, the money thing with the school district, that's still not settled. We don't, I guess we'll get through this year. We don't know what's going to happen next year. The charter schools, I guess, is still looking for their money. Who knows what's going to happen with this school district? Will it remain intact? Will it become all charters? Will we become the Philadelphia school district? Nobody knows. Let's move to health. The topic of health. Dentistry seems to be a big thing here in Chester. We've got this bus rolling around town. It's called the Keystone Mercy Health Plan Mobile Dental Program. Chester Smiles. It's designed to improve access to quality dental care. The vans will park in certain areas of the city. Appointments will be accepted, as well as walk-ins, and many types of insurances will be accepted. And if you can't pay, they'll work out payment arrangements. And then there's the Old Douglas School, the World Impact School. They put in a beautiful dental lab that you can come and for nearly as low as $10, get your teeth checked out. Great deals, both of them. Let's talk about food. I went over to Widener, their School of Hospitality Management. Each semester they have dinners and lunches that the students prepare, and they set it in a restaurant setting in the Marriott dining room. It was really nice. What did I have? I had the tilapia with this fancy curry coconut sauce on it, and the Thai carrot soup was to die for. It was like $20, $22. I had a drink, some coffee, cheesecake. You guys really need to go over there. It's fine dining in Chester, and it's put on by the students. Great job, Widener. Mayor Linder had a State of the City presentation that nobody in the city knew about. Mainly because it wasn't really for the residents of the city. It was for the business people to find out what will attract them to our fine city of Chester. They say it was rebroadcast on Comcast, but I'm one of those guys that doesn't have Comcast. If anybody has the transcript of the State of the City, will you please send it to me so I can share it with the rest of the people who didn't see the State of the City? What else do we have here? We've got, our mayor met President Obama. Did you see that? He went down to Washington for that small, strong cities, strong communities thing, and the president was over there like 20 feet away at the podium, and Mayor Linder had some things to say. That's a big deal. I mean, it's great to know that we have that close connection with the most powerful man in the world, President Obama. Let's hope that that program does bring at least a few changes here to Chester. The library. The Crozer Library got a check from the city for $157,000 and some change. Remember early on when there was a budget snafu and and a whole lot of money was taken off that line item that went to the library. Well, the city made good on their promise and had a big presentation at City Council. So the library, one of those places that I love to hang out, just got a big check. And yesterday, the library was awarded Delaware County Nonprofit of the Year. That's a great honor. If you ever go down to the Crozer Library, it is always packed with people on the computer. They're in that community room. They're sitting at the tables reading the paper. There's that children's section back there. The building should be twice the size for the amount of people that come through. We love our library and we want it to continue to support our city. And we need to continue to support our library. The other thing in politics that we had was the surveys on who you would vote for. So for senator, we've got the Dominic Pileggi versus Pat Worrell. It looks like everybody wants Dominic Pileggi back in. And then the surprise survey result was the Tina Johnson versus Thaddeus Kirkland. Tina creamed Thaddeus. We'll see what happens at the polls. But if the survey is any indication of what's going to go on, it could be an interesting election. In business this week, the big story is Harris Chester is changing its name to Harris Philadelphia. Personally, I think it should have been Harris Philadelphia all along. I'm not stuck on the Chester name per se. We are in the Philadelphia region. Philadelphia is the anchor that, you know, as Philadelphia goes, so goes the region. Why not call it Philadelphia Harris? We got Philadelphia International Airport hotels here in Chester. We've got the Philadelphia Union playing in Chester. We don't mind associating with Philadelphia, do we? Chester Idol, May 6th. You guys have got to attend this one. There'll be more information coming out on it, but I had the pleasure of going to the auditions and I got to meet the organizers. This thing is top-notch. This is not a rinky-dink talent show. It's going to be set up sort of like Showtime at the Apollo, where there'll be professional acts, a couple local acts, and then the talent portion. I think it's going to cost $20 to go to this show. It's going to be extremely entertaining. I'm quite proud that these guys have decided to bring the show to Chester. All the proceeds go to scholarships for the Chester High class of 2012. It's a great cause. It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. Andre Caf Acoustic, Chester's treasure, right across from the post office, kind of catty corner on that corner there. They have shows occasionally, and they've got a huge lineup coming up in April. They've got blues on April 13th. On Sunday the 22nd, they're going to have the mural presentation. The same person, the Swarthmore group that did the mural for Calvary Baptist Church, the Martin Luther King mural, is doing a mural inside of Andre Acoustic. That should be great. And then later on in the month, there's going to be a guitarist, a jazz guitarist. The shows are great. The food is worth the price of admission. I think it's $20. I'll just pay $20 for that food. Forget the show. And then the show is like an extra bonus. Mother's Day is coming up May 13th at the Wilson Center. Silk Gordy is having his show again. You better get your tickets early. That thing is always jam-packed. It's a great event. It's a great time. And he always honors about a half dozen mothers. That's what it's all about. Honoring the people in the community. Warren Peabo Moore, everybody knows Warren. He's out in Las Vegas right now for the most part. He joined a group that performs a lot of the casinos on the Vegas circuit, and he does casinos all around. He hasn't done Harris Chester, Harris Philadelphia, but he's done the casinos up in Connecticut. A lot of Chester people have gone and seen him. You may have seen the video out on YouTube that somebody took with a cell phone. It's not great quality, but it gives you a peek of the great work that Warren's doing. All of our hearts were heavy when we heard that his son was killed on the streets of Chester just a few weeks ago. I've talked to Warren since then. He's, getting it together, and he's back on the road performing. Brian McKnight was in town. The R&B crooner performed at Harris Philadelphia just about a month ago. It was a really good show. He did a one-man show, played piano, sang, had the guitar. I heard rumors that a couple people didn't like the show. They kind of wanted to see the full band, and his sons are great at performing. But for me, I thought it was a good show. We'd love to see more R&B come down into Harris Philadelphia. It could happen. That's it for today on C-CityTV. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting this format. And thank the few of you who've seen it, liked it, and have given me some pretty attractive opportunities as a result of it. Once again, make sure you subscribe to the Chester City blog. It's www.chesterblog.com. somewhere on that page on the right side, what side's the right side? On the right side, there's a subscribe now. What you will do is put in your email address, and every day around 3 in the morning, you'll get an email with all the new posts that went on the day before on the blog. We're working on a new format. We teased it out there a little bit. We're looking to transition so that we can get a lot more features and make the blog post a little more easier to find. Because when you have over 2,000 blog posts and one stacks on top of the other, stuff gets lost pretty fast. So we're going to work on that for you guys. You're going to see a lot more video, a lot more audio, and a lot more fun stuff like this. Thanks again. I'm your host, Stefan Roots. Remember, with the Chester City blog, if you miss a day, you miss a lot.